Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Cancer, May 7, 2022. With the Sun-Neptune conjunction today, you could be learning new things or finding inspiration through new experiences or perspectives. Publishing opportunities, trips, money ideas, or money itself can emerge in unusual ways. This transit encourages fantasy and imagination. Moving away from your usual routine can lead to valuable insights and exciting adventures. You're unlikely to choose traditional routes for expressing yourself now, and you can find that you are more successful as a result. While it's important to be open to new feelings, try to keep your feet on your ground as you dream big. The moon moves into your resources sector later today, and it can help with this task. It's a great transit for centering yourself. For now, the themes of love will not be very favorable because, and its ruling planet is Mercury, which in turn is square to Mars, which makes things very difficult. There is a lot of confusion in your mind and your heart. You better stop and dedicate that energy to your spiritual growth. You may have been too tolerant lately. A member of your family or a friend may be taking more than he gives. If this hasn't bothered you before, it might start today. Don't hesitate to do whatever it takes to protect yourself and your loved ones. Mars has entered your astral system. This planet will bring out your anxieties and doubts if you are in a relationship. You will have to be careful not to hurt your spouse if you decide to express your pain. No matter what, he will always be there for you and lend you his shoulder if you need to cry. Steamy and sensual encounters are to be expected if you are single. If this type of relationship is not your cup of tea, pass your turn this time. It's important that you set firm boundaries at this time. After all, in addition to being in your feels, Luna's direct opposition to powerhouse Pluto in your relationship sector can be incredibly demanding, specifically for those of you already romantically attached. Then again, those of you who are single are no exception, as discerning between your intuition and the offer that's being presented to you is easier said than done. Moreover, as the moon harmonizes with the Sun-Neptune in Pisces, you're being called to cultivate more faith in yourself and in the universe. Your intuition is going to be spot on today. If you have wondered about your next professional step or adventure, use today's conjunction between the Sun and Neptune in Pisces as inspiration. The watery conjunction trines your sign, allowing you to adopt a fantastical approach to your professional journey. Listen to your intuition. What is your gut feeling telling you to do? Is it to seek a mentor, research an educational opportunity, or even travel? Use your intuition when navigating your professional opportunities to continue your advancement. The moon's return to your income sector today kicks off what can be the most lucrative days of any month while offering a chance to sharpen your nose for money just 7 days before the sun's return to your career sector. A clash with Venus and Mars in your financial sector might create some financial tension, but with the resources to turn this into motivation on both sides of the financial fence. There is a world out there waiting to be discovered. Your increased dynamism will spur other people into joining in. Be flexible and spontaneous, maybe traveling to a new town or on a short journey. Rediscovering your own local area can also be very inspiring, and even more enjoyable in the company of others. Wacky behavior doesn't have to be annoying. Find the humor in your friend's insanity. Try to settle your differences with a big dose of patience. You feel independent, open to fresh experiences. Don't be rushed too quickly into anything, even if you've a real opportunity to get to know someone new and interesting. Irrespective of whether you fall hopelessly in love or have a set plan, your love life is evolving in new ways. Try to make them the best. If you can connect with the subtle process of growth, you will be able to get a lot out of each season. Begin letting go of old, unnecessary behavior patterns and feel the gentle shifting inward, which is where you will find the next step. Letting go is not an easy task, so it is important to keep your mind open to the new. You are only giving up in order to get something else, something hopefully healthier and happier for you. Organizing your priorities and tackling some time management will come easily for you today. After all, It's your own orderly, systematic essence that's in the air, so how could you go wrong? Whatever work needs to be done, waste no time in getting started. You will find that you'll be running circles around your colleagues, and things will get finished quickly and easily. You may even find that you have enough time and energy left to give someone a hand with their load. Our eyes in the sky. It isn't a time in which we conform to the ideals and status quo of society. To be honest, it's the opposite of that. At the forefront of our hearts and minds for the next 30 days will be humanitarian acts of kindness, generosity, and the notion of unconditional caring for humankind. This is also a time of revolution and technological advances. We can expect some news of pending changes that could transform our world for the better and help us evolve as human beings. Radical beliefs could shift your consciousness to better align with what is happening in the world and your personal life, as well as your current ideals and views, not those you believed in the past. The nagging feeling that we have misjudged someone or something dampens our confidence, and much as we try to pinpoint rationale that would give our conclusion credence, the more it eludes us. Our imagination can run wild now, which is not such a bad thing if we funnel our creative energy into a spiritual practice or a meditative or artistic exercise. Once this transit passes, we might even surprise ourselves with the inspired works we've produced during a time when we felt so out of sorts. In the evening, the sun exits grounded, pragmatic, and success-oriented Capricorn for the terrain of cosmic innovator. At this time, we build on the legacies we established during Capricorn season, but with experimentation and collaboration in mind. This is a season for outreach, networking, and showing off our originality. Letting our inner nonconformist out to play finds us meeting those with similarly eccentric interests, pastimes, and social views. Over the next month, we are less concerned with tradition or fitting into the crowd. We know that deviating from convention and owning our unique point of view is how we can make progress, not only for our own sake, but for the good of our communities. If placed in a leadership position, we will prioritize tenets like freedom of expression, ingenuity, and defying limitation over taking the safe approach. After sunup, the moon enters Cancer, ending its void of course which began early last night. At this time, we wish to offer care to others as an extension of our own subconscious needs for nurturance. Without support in return, we can become moody and ill-tempered. It is a good time to ask ourselves what we need from our loved ones, but since our emotions are at the mercy of the tides, we also want to avoid guilt-tripping or gaslighting others as a reaction to feeling denied.